Hannah, Zoe, Bennett, Gabe, and Alan. And we're a group of passionate teenagers who have an organization that creates meaningful change. So it all started when I was in 3rd grade, and my 3rd grade teacher basically told a bunch of 3rd graders to come up with an idea that can change the world. We started by writing letters to kids in Israel and kids in Iraq, and we never got responses. But my teachers told me and my parents told me that just because we didn't get responses doesn't mean that it isn't important. It means that I should try harder the next time. So 2 years later, I came in contact with a school in Bangalore, India, and we wrote letters again. And this time we got responses, and they were absolutely incredible. I wrote to a girl named Suma, and I've been writing to her now for over 7 years. So from this first letter writing exchange, we realized we should expand, and there was so much more that we could do.
Right. So we started the letter writing program in 6th grade, in our 6th grade English class. And our whole 6th grade English class wrote letters to a school in Bangalore, India. So I, as a 6th grader, wrote a letter to a 4th grader named Triveni from Bangalore about my school and my friends and what I'd like to do for fun. And then a couple months later, I received a letter back about her school and her friends and what she'd like to do for fun, and it was an amazing experience. And so we understand the importance of empathy and these cross-cultural connections. And we achieved this just through a simple letter. And so since that 6th grade writing program, we've expanded, and now we've sent over 1,000 letters from the US and Europe to schools in India and Rwanda and Uganda.
After we started writing letters, we still realized that there was so much more that we could do. So we began to decorate flip flops, and as of now, we've sent thousands of pairs of flip flops to the schools that we connect with all around the world. But there was still more that we wanted to do, and a major problem that we identified was that there's a huge lack of funding for education. We have this goal of creating empathy and promoting empathy, but we also try to incorporate creating meaningful change.
We fundraised money, and we bought laptops, and we preloaded them with full versions of Khan Academy and educational versions of Wikipedia, as well as we created our own videos on chemistry and physics and music and poetry, and we uploaded those videos onto the laptops as well, and we sent those all to our partner schools.
The first step to forming a venture like this is really to find a problem that you're passionate about. For example, it could be something as simple as a community nearby or far away that doesn't have access to sports equipment. Then the next step is always to fundraise or to apply for grants. There are many services and many organizations that will help kids, adults, anyone who's just trying to make a change for the best. And you can get those services, and then all you have to do is really focus in, and you have to get these to the people. You have to really push it. It's not just a concept, you have to make it something that you have done, that you are doing.
I think in the context of making a powerful venture, I know when I joined GIVE less than a year ago, one of the most powerful things that struck me immediately was that it wasn't just an organization that was giving something to other people. It was meant to establish a meaningful connection that as much as we and all of you give to other people, we are in fact receiving a great sense of purpose, of passion, of cultural understanding with these people who we are for the first time interacting with.
And the way it is for all of us to welcome Radha Swami here to share his wisdom, his joy, his passion with our students and with our entire community. Plans can be limited, but dreams are boundless. And so I think the story today that we're going to hear is sort of an example of that. And I want to thank the Project GIVE team for helping to arrange this. And I'm going to bring up our student Danielle Cohn to kind of officially start our program today. Welcome, Radha Swami.
Radha Swami is a spiritual teacher, community builder, activist, and acclaimed author. He was born as Richard Slavin in the 1950s to Jewish parents in Chicago, Illinois. In 1970, at age 19, Radha Swami left his family's home in America and hitchhiked to India, penniless, to live a life of a wandering monk. After trekking across Europe for months, often barely escaping with his life, he reached India. So after 43 years, please help me in welcoming Radha Swami home.
It's my great honor and pleasure to be with all of you today. Things can give some satisfaction to the mind and senses, but things can give no true fulfillment to the heart. And real happiness is an experience of the heart. True wealth is wealth of the heart. It is said that in a cultured, evolved human society, people love people and they use things. Unity is strength. And when unity comes from our roots in the human conception represents our heart, the very source. When we actually have love, when we actually have compassion for each other, when we really care, that is the greatest strength.
What do you think that students like me or the people in the audience should do in order to, like you say, be able to connect the head with the heart? What do you think is the best way for us to do that?
I think you could best answer your own question. See who you are. A beautiful, talented